from the hot air balloon capital of the world, this is Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by ExxonMobil. Direct from the rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico, here are the hosts of Balloon Fiesta Live, Glen Moyer and Lloyd Jr.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and
cats and dogs and elephants and tigers.
Yeah, bears and lions and
tigers.
And,
oh
my, whatever. Hey, everybody, good evening. Welcome back as we are wrapping up day two, or continuing day two, at the 49th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I'm Glen Moyer, as always, joined by my cohort in crime and the executive producer of Balloon Fiesta Live, my good friend, Mr. Lloyd Jr. Good evening, Art.
Good evening. Welcome to Balloon Glow, presented by ExxonMobil, who also happens to power Balloon Fiesta Live.
I was going to say, are they powering the glow or just presenting the glow tonight?
Well, you know, I think they're going to power everything here.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
Power the glow, power Balloon Fiesta Live. Great to have ExxonMobil on board as a sponsor in all the levels that they have jumped on.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've got this great new backdrop for us here at Balloon Fiesta Live on the rooftop studio. And I have to give a shout out to a friend of mine earlier today. Was out taking a selfie. She took a selfie of herself way down out on the Balloon Fiesta,
right,
and said, "That's my selfie with Glen Moyer." He's on that rooftop about 2 miles back in the background of the picture. It was funny.
Well, yeah, you can probably get closer and take those great pictures as well. Hey, so we always start our evenings with a parachute skydive from the Fastrax Skydiving Team.
Indeed we do.
And because they jump twice, they have to jump like at 5 o'clock because they're going to jump at 7:30. So that turnaround time is in place. So at 5 o'clock, they jumped. We recorded it. They brought in the American flag, 5,000 square feet of freedom.
Yes.
And we recorded that, and we want to play it back so that the folks here on the field can see the recording. If you're by the video walls, at least hear the audio.
There. And of course, our viewing audience watching Balloon Fiesta Live online will see it. What am I trying to say? They'll be able to see
Everybody's
it on the
feed.
feed. Everybody's going to see it. But if you're on the field and want to see it, turn your attention to the big video walls down by the Main Street stage.
So, again, recorded earlier, our Fast Track team bringing in the American flag. Let's roll the video, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you will turn your attention high over Balloon Fiesta Park and spot that little plane that is up there, we are about to bring you the Fastrax Skydiving Team and their jump. If you're watching on the video wall or are seeing it on our feed, we have a live helmet cam courtesy of selection.com. They're looking down on the field, and we will have 4 jumpers away in less than 1 minute. They'll be bringing in not only smoke and pyrotechnics from the sky, we're going to see a 5,000 square foot American flag deployed as well. The plane is directly overhead the south end of the field, and we expect the jumpers out of the plane within the next 15 or 20 seconds. This will be the first of 2 jumps for Team Fast Track today. They will be jumping again tonight at 7:30, and they are out. There's 2. There's another. And the helmet cam is away. As the chutes deploy, 4 good canopies. To be a member of the Fastrax Skydiving Team, you have to have a minimum of 1,000 jumps. To even apply for the team, as you'll hear momentarily, and there it is, the unfurling of 5,000 square feet of freedom. Larry Compton is bringing in the flag for us today. Larry is from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and has more than 8,400 jumps under his belt. Shortly, we should be seeing some smoke from the other jumpers. And, of course, a great shot from the helmet cam. The helmet cam being flown by Dimitri Dadik. Dimitri is a Serbian Special Forces veteran from San Diego, California. He has more than 11,500 jumps. Giving us a great view from that helmet cam. If you're here on the field, you can see it on the video walls or catch Balloon Fiesta live as an archive show from balloonfiesta.com. You'll be able to check out all of their jumps as well, including this incredible helmet cam video. Dimitri giving us a great view between the looking down at the field and looking at the huge American flag. There is the drop-down smoke. That will be Kevin Dubas, a Navy veteran from Dayton, Ohio, with 1,100 jumps. We're getting a whole view of the city from that helmet cam. And a little spiral pattern coming down. The other jumper in that spiral pattern would be Mike Dirge. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, with more than 1,250 jumps. Actually, Mike has the pyrotechnics, so he's off to the side. The extra explosives up here. A good time to remind you that, again, at 7:30 tonight, all four of the jumpers will be back with fireworks off their legs to kick off our fireworks, our Afterglow fireworks show. Those of you on the field, wave up to Dimitri. As our first two jumpers come in to land, let's honor America with our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Fastrax. And so, of course, that was recorded about an hour ago.
Yes.
So if you were looking
up and couldn't see the stealth jump team, there's a reason why.
That's why. But they will be back at 7:30. And we should just mention that on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday coming up, they will once again jump with the flag at 5 o'clock. So if you want to see it live, be here by 5 o'clock.
In the field, right.
Yeah, in the field by 5 o'clock on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Because we go live at 6 a.m. every morning and 6 p.m. in the evenings.
Right.
So that was, again, a video recording. It was recorded earlier and replayed. But what I loved was when we heard the national anthem, did you see everyone stop, stand to attention?
Paid attention.
Yes.
Yep.
That was nice to see.
It was great, including the waves when we asked them to
when
wave
we
to
said
Dimitri.
wave to Dimitri and everybody turned and waved. That was fun to see, too.
That was fun to, yeah, exactly. So, again, this is Balloon Glow night. Balloon Glow original one. It started on the first Sunday night many years ago. The year escapes my brain now.
I was here, but
so was I.
It was too many years ago now. They all kind of blur together sometimes.
Think they do that sometimes.
They do, yeah. It's it's like the Special Shapes Rodeo. I was here for the first one of those.
Right.
But don't ask me what year it was because I couldn't tell you.
Well, I can do that because the first one, I did a live show for the second one, and that was 1990. Okay. So the first one would have been 89. Yes, because it was 30 years last year. So, yeah. The first Special Shapes, it was a rodeo, actually, in the evening, would have been 19.
Well, because originally we flew the shapes.
And that was a flying night.
Well,
it was the second time we gathered Special Shapes on their own day.
Well, because if I remember, maybe I wasn't here for the first one because if I'm correct, I started announcing here in 1990, and so that meant I would not have been here for the first one.
Hey, while we figure it out, Kim Besley's back with us tonight. Fresh from the America's Challenge.
Scroll back on my calendar here on the iPhone. I'll figure it out.
Go back and look at Balloon Fiesta Siesta because we talked about it and we had it all figured out.
We did. And tonight, by the way, tonight is the first one-year anniversary of going on the air with Balloon Fiesta Siesta.
Very first show at Studio 519, and Comcast Community Channel 27.
Me and Ranger via Zoom from Louisiana.
Yep. So 1 year ago, we were starting Balloon Fiesta Siesta.
That's right.
I am glad that's done.
So am I.
Hey, so we can go live, and we can go live to Kim Besley on the field.
Indeed.
Kim.
Hi, does that mean I get a nap? I just heard the word siesta.
No siesta.
Okay. Well, we are celebrating the return of Balloon Glow and the return of Fiesta, and we have got, these guys are ready to party, right?
Wow.
One of the things that some people do out here is tailgate. And they actually set up their little pop-ups and their tables and their barbecue, and they have a great time. And this is a group of, are most of you from Albuquerque or different places?
All of us are from Albuquerque. I'm a student pilot. My name's Diana. And we tailgate because this is like the biggest family reunion known to man, because the ballooning community, we're a family, and this is the mecca of a family reunion.
Yep. So what keeps you coming back to Fiesta?
Because this is the most exciting thing. When you're in the air, you're at one with you can't explain it.
It's indescribable.
Because it's so peaceful. You're one with the air. It's so quiet, and you're so calm up there. It's the best thing. And then the crowds, the people, it's
amazing. It's
amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
You can't understand.
You need to experience it.
So what are you all planning to do tonight? Obviously, you're not going to fly because I think you have been celebrating maybe a little too much.
Just a tad. We're going to partake of everything. Yeah. So
we are going to watch the balloon glow, and all of our friends who are glowing their balloons tonight.
Yes. And then partake of the fireworks because there's no wind in the air, which is wonderful.
And we already saw the jumpers tonight.
We saw the jumpers
with the flag. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you all go. because I'm interrupting your party, and you guys are here to have a great time. So
you can join us.
Well, I'd love to, but duty calls. So
When you're done, come on over.
Great night.
and I would tell Art it's all his fault, but oh well. Say hi to Art and Glen on the tower.
Hi, Art.
Come
Hey,
on
folks.
over.
Back to you.
How about bringing that party up to the rooftop studio? I think that'd be a great idea.
There you go. What
What a gang of people. That looks like fun.
You know, I came back on the field. I had to do some driving around, do some errands right after our show this morning. Took a couple of hours, and I was amazed at the number of people that were out here tailgating throughout the day. Of course, we had pin trading on the field earlier today.
Right.
We had the Fiesta of Wheels car show on the field earlier today as well. And so people just hung out here all day, and it was a great day for it.
Yeah, well, we also had the annual general meeting of the Balloon Federation of America today that ran from 11 until 1 over in the Sid Cutter Pavilion, and there was a great crowd there. A lot of awards given out today. I don't have the list to name everybody, but there were a lot of the Fiesta veterans who received the Ed Yost Master Pilot Award, which is an award the Balloon Federation gives for 40 years of successful, accident-free, safe flying. And among those that received it were Paul Smith, our executive director. We had Ray Baer, who is a longtime flight director, designated examiner here.
Right, and a board member.
And a board member. Matt Guthrie received one of the awards. And
He's
when I
the
started,
president of the board.
current president, yes. When I start naming names, I'm sorry I'm going to forget people, so I don't want to do that. But there were a number of...
Kim.
And Kim, oh, of course, Kim, our own Kim Vesley.
I knew you were leading up to that.
I was leading up to it. I was running a live Facebook feed and taking photos for the magazine, so I was so busy I couldn't take a list of names, but I will get one. But at any rate, a number of people received some very significant awards today, and it was a good meeting, and we had a good crowd on hand. So that went on until 1 o'clock. So I had a long day here today too. Got back to the hotel, put my head down for an hour, and then back out tonight.
And here we go. At least tomorrow is just a one-show day.
Yeah, we get a couple of nights off as we begin the week, so I'll catch up on my rest. But it was a great evening, a great afternoon with the BFA and the many awards that were given out. And congratulations to all who received those very significant awards today.
Yeah, 40 years of safe flying is just an incredible feat. And, yeah, congratulations to all of them.
Absolutely. And, yeah, we'll of course have a list published in the Ballooning Journal, and probably have it online on the BFA's Facebook page within the next day or two as we get all of that caught up. There's just so much going on; it's hard to keep up to speed with everything. But congratulations to the many award recipients today. Job well done.
So one other thing, we of course know that we are on balloonfiesta.com. Balloon Fiesta Live is. You can watch the archive shows from there. You can watch us live from there. The same stream goes out to Facebook and to YouTube. We have a low-power TV station that we're broadcasting. The antenna is literally right behind us. So if you are staying on the field or you live within a couple miles of the field, you'll be able to pick us up on low-power TV station over the air, channel 28. Today, I have confirmed that the same 24/7 loop that is on channel 28 is now being picked up and being rebroadcast over the air on channel 20.2. That's KNMQ here in Albuquerque.
Right.
They have a transmitter up on the crest, which means their footprint, their coverage area, goes south to Belen. That's about 45 miles or so. It goes out to the west to Laguna City. It goes north almost to Santa Fe. And so we have a very big, very large over-the-air footprint now, thanks to the folks at KNMQ 20.2 over the air.
Matter of fact, Friday afternoon, you and I were up here recording some promos for them.
So we have lots of coverage going out everywhere. And again, over the air, it's 24/7.
And online, we have an international audience. We've seen people checking in from China, from South Korea, from Belgium. Already seen a friend checking in from the UK, where it is 1 o'clock in the morning over there, and yet they're still tuning in to Balloon Fiesta Live. So quite an international audience that we have online through the various sources that you were just mentioning.
And we are glad to have all of you along and
Absolutely.
to attempt to interact with you on the chat room feeds as well.
A couple of people have already said, I saw a couple of comments that said hello, Glenn, and hello. I try to respond to folks by texting when I can, but obviously I'm a little busy up here on the tower at the moment. Larry Young said hello, Glenn. Hi, Larry. So, yeah. Great audience out there, and we do try. We appreciate all your comments. We see a lot of them, and we'll try to respond to some of them as we have time. I wanted to give one quick shout out. I was just mentioning all those awards we handed out today. One young man who received the award from the BFA's Hot Air Competition Division for their outstanding junior pilot this year. And to be a junior pilot in the HACD, you have to be 30 years or younger in order to compete in the Junior World Championship. And that's a gentleman we talked about this morning, and I see his balloon inflating now, and that's Cameron Wall. Cameron's balloon is just behind the U.S. Bank balloon, and you see the City of Plano balloon coming up. He's right over there, right behind the Solaire balloon, too. Cameron's balloon is a piece of art, ladies and gentlemen.
Not me.
No, not this art, a different art. He actually worked, his grandmother is an artist, and she paints watercolor seascapes, underseascapes. And Cameron and Kubitschek Balloons took some of her original artwork, printed those pictures onto balloon fabric, and then crafted his balloon, and even has his grandmother's signature around the bottom of it. And that balloon is just inflating right around, as I say, if you're by U.S. Bank over on the Main Street, you'll see it right there in front of you. Get a good up-close view of it. But congratulations, Cameron. He was recognized as the outstanding junior pilot for the Balloon Federation's Hot Air Competition Division. Quite an up-and-coming star in the sport of ballooning.
And I know we're trying to get a shot over of that. We've got other balloons kind of right in the view there, but we're going to try and get a shot of that balloon. We'll talk about it more when it shows up on the feed so that you can see what we just talked about.
Yeah, because it really is a beautiful balloon. It may be hard. We might have to end up getting Kim over there perhaps to be able to get a decent picture of it because there are other balloons in front of it. So speaking of Kim, she now has tracked down a longtime friend of mine, Mr. Bill Adler, out of Longview, Texas. Kim has an interview with, geez, you can tell it's only
just say go Kim.
Yeah, Kim, take it away.
Well, hi there, and guess what? Glen says, got just a second here. Glen says hello, first of all. Right. And you are, I think he introduced you, but say it again.
Bill Adler, Longview, Texas.
How many years have you been coming to Fiesta?
20 years.
20 years? Yes. What made you start coming?
I came out, first time I came out and crewed for the Uniroyal balloon. And it just, one of those things, you just get hooked. It's beautiful. This is awesome.
And so what keeps you coming back?
I love to fly in Albuquerque. That's just my favorite place to go.
And so it's probably been 2 years. You were here in 2019. What did you do during this siesta? Did you miss us?
Absolutely. I know. How can you not miss Fiesta? I mean, that's almost like a way of life in October. That's just what it is.
Well, we made this poor guy rotate his balloon so it's not rotated the right way. So I'm going to let him go and turn his balloon back the right way so we don't mess him up. But any messages, Glenn, while we're here?
No, just hello to Bill and his lovely wife, Jean. They've been friends for a long time. I don't get to see them nearly often enough. But fly safe, my friend. Stay safe. Have a good Fiesta.
Yeah, Glenn says fly safe and says hi to the family, and you guys have a great time while you're here, okay?
Thank you very much.
And thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Kim. Yeah, Bill and Jean are just a lovely couple, and they've been friends for a long time. They live just about an hour east of me over in Longview, Texas. Longview, of course, a great ballooning community founded by Dr. Bill Bussey, who, by the way, also received a probably the most significant award of the day, aviation award anyway, and that was, and I'm going to forget the official name of it, but it's the Wright Brothers Award given by the FAA. The BFA's Ed Yost Award is for 40 years of safe flying.
Right.
The Wright Brothers Award from the FAA is for 50 years of successful safe flying. And Bill is, again, one of the stalwarts of our community, of the entire sport of ballooning. Dear, dear friend of mine and a mentor of mine. Congratulations to him on receiving the the Wright Brothers Award from the FAA today, and that was presented during our meeting.
Yes,
during
congratulations to Bill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So our feed has picked up a picture of one of our fun special shapes here.
Oh, yeah.
Evo. Justin Cox has brought Evo from Carmel, Indiana, and of course that gives us the opportunity to talk about Thursday and Friday special shapes days.
Rodeo Glodeos.
Rodeos in the morning, Glodeos
in the
evening. So it'll be all special shapes glowing next Thursday and Friday evening as well. There's that So Grateful balloon. Now that I've learned the name of that.
Once you know the name, then it's kind of like when you buy a new car and you get a red one and you think, there aren't many red cars like this. All of a sudden, you see everybody's got one. The balloon's the same way. You learn the name, and now you'll see it every time you look out onto the balloon field.
Yep, it'll be there every single time. So sunset isn't until 6:47, if I remember correctly. 6:49 actually, and of course it's only 6:25 here in Albuquerque. So we have our balloons, we have a number of them, most of them standing up, at least what we can see. We're going to kind of hang on here and let the rest of them get standing up before we do our balloon glow tonight. But that'll also give us a little more time for the sun to get down and for the glow to be actually effective.
Yeah, because the whole point of the glow is to light the balloons up like giant paper lanterns or like fireflies. Use whatever analogy you want to use. And you can't really do that while the sun is still shining. You want it to be...
Yeah, it just doesn't work very well.
No, it needs to be twilight, that hour. And last night, what really worked so well was that the gas balloon launch, even though it ran maybe 30 minutes late, it filled that time we're now filling at this moment.
Yep.
Took us right up to twilight when the hour was perfect to begin last night's glow. And it was a fantastic show. The new PA system that people can hear all across the field, probably one of the best glows we've had in a number of years out here.
I agree. And we talked last night that the gas balloons that launched out of here with America's Challenge were going to have the best seat in the house for the balloon glow. And Brenda Kalasha, who was in one of those balloons, actually posted a little video to her Facebook page. And guess how she started out? You got to see this. It's the best seat in the house.
And she was right.
She was on it, and she showed us that, and that was great. So you might want to go check that out on her Facebook page. I'm going to get around to sharing it one of these hours here when I get a few extra minutes.
Yeah, when we have some spare time. Yeah.
Speaking of
Brenda, they were the last balloon out last night, so she was in the perfect position, still overhead, and had not really traveled much distance to get that great video looking down at the balloon field.
Unfortunately, they were the first one to land today.
Oh, they did land today? I had not heard the update.
We talked about to go any distance, to get any kind of speed and go distance, you pretty much had to go pretty high. So those that wanted to grab that distance were flying about 16,000 feet, give or take.
That's what you were saying this morning. They spent or was it Kim that was telling us, they spent a very long, cold night at 16, 17, 18,000 feet last night.
And so think about this. The average is to lose 4 degrees of temperature for every 1,000 feet. So we're at 5,000 feet. 16,000 feet, so that's 44 degrees difference.
Yeah.
So if it was 50 degrees here, it was 6 where they were, and they went through a very dark night at 6 degrees.
Yeah.
And it's an open basket. It's not closed in. Sometimes they'll have a sunscreen or something.
Or even a shrink wrap around it to try to hold in what little warmth
I didn't see that
on
the balloons last night.
I thought I saw it on one balloon last night.
Maybe on one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Even Sherry White posted a video this morning, and she says, "Oh, the sun is coming up." It was a very cold night, and she looked cold.
Yeah.
So, but they decided. My understanding is it just got a little too cold for them, and so they decided to land. So one of the 4 teams has landed. The other 3, at last check, were still flying, and Bert Padel and Noah Fordham, which was the first guys out, they went really high. And they caught that really quick wind fast, and they were a couple hundred miles away now. They're way out in the lead, but remember, it's where you land.
Yeah. Well, and to Brenda and Brian's credit, there's certainly no shame in being first to land by any means. And this was only their second America's Challenge gas balloon race. They're still they're still newbies in the sport, and yet in their first America's Challenge race 2 years ago, they finished in 4th. They just missed being on the podium.
Yep.
So well done to them, and
a very nice safe flight.
And I was just about to say that in any type of ballooning, safety should always be your first concern. And So the fact that they made the decision to land at a point where they were comfortable and could do so safely, kudos to them.
So there's the map on the line.
Okay.
So team
I see
number
that
3
now.
is where they landed. And if we go over to the green one, that one there, that is Barbara Fricke and Peter Cuneo.
Yep.
You can see those were the two that
They were the two that went the north way around the Sandias.
They did. And so they're out there and they're still flying. They're up to 10 miles an hour now.
Wow.
And so they've gone about 135 miles at this point. And then if we look at the two that have gone south, Team 2 there is Sherry White and Mark Sullivan at about 173 miles. And again, you can see that going around the south side, if you will, almost cutting through the gap. So they're in second place in distance, and we've talked about that. So now we look at the guys in the first place that we were talking about. There's the purple team there. So that is Noah Forden and Bert Padel. And looks like they've gone, is that 205? 298 miles, almost 300 miles.
Almost 300 miles now.
Almost 300 miles. So they've got a pretty good lead on there. But again, we've seen many, many, many times in Gordon Bennett and in America's Challenge, the team that is in last place after the first even 2 nights wins the race.
Right.
Because they fly on.
Well, and because the weather changes throughout it's not like a hot air balloon flight where you're up for an hour or so and then down. They're flying 2 and 3, days and nights. And so a team may be like Sherry and Mark might be 100 miles behind on, the end of the first 24 hours or so in flight, but after 36, 48, maybe almost 72 hours, things change during that flight window, and suddenly they may find themselves a wind at an altitude that is far more favorable than the team in front. And we saw that we saw it in the Gordon Bennett this year.
We saw it like 3 times in the Gordon Bennett.
Where one team landed, they were in the lead. Everybody thought, they're going to win the race, and here comes the team from behind them, flew right over the top of them, and kept on going.
Yep. Yeah, the Gordon Bennett was incredible.
It was. It was an amazing race this year.
It also comes down to managing your ballast.
Yes.
Can you save enough ballast to go that extra night? Because if you can stay in the air an extra few hours or many hours, you may get that extra distance to be able to win the race.
And a lot of times, I know in the Gordon Bennett, it's a 4th night a lot of times, that if they can go that 4th night, and it's a question of the ballast, because the gas cools, and then in the evening you start to lose altitude, and you really don't want to land in dark, so you want to make it through to sunrise. And the team that has that ballast and is able to go that one extra night is usually the team that wins. So
that's it.
It could still be a very exciting race, even though if you looked at it right now, you would say, oh, well, Bert's got it, they've won. Well, no, they haven't.
No, you're exactly right. And this was only the first night. We're just going into passing the 24-hour mark.
Right.
So,
just about to go into night number 2, and conceivably there will be a night number 3, so there's a lot of flying still to be done.
You betcha. We'll continue to watch it, bring you updates. If you want to update it when we're not around or just any other time, check out balloonfiesta.com. Go to the America's Challenge page. That tracker that we just showed you is available there. Or if that's not fast enough, download the YB Races app and add the America's Challenge 2021 race. You'll be able to call it up on your mobile device any single time and be able to check where they are, as well as getting all of those fun stats. The other thing about the map is you can turn on different underlying maps. You can put the long lat on. You can turn on the wind predictions and the wind measurements. So it's really a fun app, the YB Tracker, whether you do it online on balloonfiesta.com or you do it on your mobile device. Oh, there's a great shot of a glass or a plastic bottom. So we're looking through the bottom of the basket.
Yes.
The blue things on the side are the propane tanks connected to the silver things in the center, which are the burners.
Yep.
And laying on the side as they're blowing cold air into that balloon, or ambient temperature air, blowing that into there, and then they will go ahead and light those burners up. 3 tanks in that basket. Light the burners up, heat the air. The hot air becomes less dense. It lifts the balloon up.
Yep. And so the pilot and crew, the pilot and passengers, while they're flying, can actually look down between their feet and see the ground below them.
And some people would not like that at all.
Some people would. It's, remember the days of and I guess they still have them, the glass bottom boats that were such a big thing. You could take a boat ride and see the fish swimming along below you. Well, the glass bottom balloon.
You can see what you're flying over.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. Some people would be a bit unnerved by that.
And we've had balloons that have had the clear panels in the top,
Right,
so that you can see out the top as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't see that very often.
No, not really. It kind of became a thing, I guess, in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Originally, it was called the Blount window for balloonist Alan Blount, who was involved in an accident when a balloon came through the top of his balloon.
I always love that shot.
Oh, I do too.
Looking through the inside of the
silhouettes
envelope.
of people looking into the balloon.
Yeah, well, and all the
You're
shadows.
inside looking out. Yeah, looking at
all
their
the shadows.
But it was called.
There goes a crew member who's going to stretch out, do a little more stretch out of the fabric.
But those were called the Blount windows, and they really were not terribly effective because the material was rather opaque, and you could sort of see shadows. And then I was at Thunder and Colt in the early 90s, and Thunder and Colt had a product, a version of that. I think probably Lindstrand and Cameron and others did too. I think they're still available, but to my knowledge, it's not something that is widely used in ballooning. But the idea was because the problem with ballooning is you can't see what's above you.
Right.
And for that reason, the lower balloon, if you're flying and there's a balloon below you, they always have right of way. If that balloon starts coming up, you are required to climb
and get out of the way.
Get out of their way. And so the idea was to give the pilot some upward vision where you could look up through the center, through the top of the balloon and see what's up there. Now, a more recent technological advancement was to take like a GoPro and mount it to the top of the balloon and have it send a picture down to your tablet in the basket. And some folks have done that, and it's pretty amazing. But generally, you can't see above you when you're flying in a balloon. All sorts of innovations attempted. Nothing has really taken hold just yet.
Right. So we stick with the balloon on the top.
Yeah,
it has to get out of the way.
A transparent parachute top would be the ideal answer, but we don't have the right material. I guess has not yet been discovered to do that with.
So while we were looking inside that yellow balloon a few minutes ago, we saw somebody kind of grab an opening in the side of the balloon. You've heard us talk about turning vents. That's exactly what that was. That's that opening on the side of the balloon that lets the air come out, and as you've described it, kind of give you a little thruster of hot air going out that way, which then spins the balloon around. So when we see them in the air rotating, they're opening that vent, and it's a great way to look inside when it's on the ground like that.
And one of the spectators, one of our viewers this morning, I saw the comment, they said, oh no, it looks like one of the balloons has a rip in it. And someone else very quickly said, no, they've got a turning vent open. So we have some very knowledgeable viewers to our online feed as well. But sometimes if you don't know what you're looking at and you'll see a hole in the side of the balloon, you think, oh no. But it typically is just a turning vent that the pilot has opened to use it to rotate the balloon around. Now, why would you want turning vents on your balloon? Give me a good reason.
Well, there's a number of good reasons. You only want one?
I just want the one primary one that I think about.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one you think is primary, but I think the one that a lot of people have bought them for, and probably were the initial driving force behind it, was to get the sponsor message out. If you've got
advertising,
absolutely. If you've got a message on one side of the balloon, people on the other side aren't going to see it.
That's right.
But if you're using the turning vent, now it rotates around and everybody gets to see it.
You can turn that balloon so that the sponsor message is always seen by the crowd no matter where they are.
And the spin, I think, also attracts your attention. So now you look at that balloon spinning.
And then you see the sponsor message.
There you go.
And a really skilled pilot can open that vent just enough to turn the balloon and then close it and stop it so that the banner or the sponsor name stays in front of the crowd.
And some have turning vents on both sides.
They do.
Or
so
turn either way.
Spin left or right, yes.
They can. The other reason would be if you have a scoop at the bottom, and those are the kind of half pieces of fabric we see, like at the bottom of this blue, red, white, and blue one, versus the one that it's on the yellow and black one that we see on our screen here. And there's a yellow one behind the blue.
Well, and that blue, white, and pink one there has the black skirt, what we call it. It's called a skirt if it goes all the way around the throat of the balloon. The red, white, and blue one is a scoop that looks a little bit like an ice cream scoop, I guess you would say.
Yeah, the idea is to help direct the air back up
helps
inside.
To flow the ambient air back into the balloon.
So I can rotate my balloon with my turning vent to either put that down so when I land on the ground, it's putting the air up in there. Or there is a school of thought that says I should turn it the other way so I don't get additional air going up.
It helps you to deflate. I think that became popular, though, if I'm remembering my ballooning history correctly, for balloon tethering. I think Cameron balloons were first to develop that.
And sitting on the ground like we're doing tonight.
Exactly. It allowed when the balloon was tethered or tied to the ground, like doing a commercial display at a corporate event or something, if there was a little bit of wind, you could turn the balloon and direct it so that the wind was flowing into that scoop and up into the balloon. It helped keep the balloon pressurized against the wind blowing around.
And hitting the big wide equator
and making
part.
the balloon wobble back and forth. So it helped to stabilize the balloon in the course of a tether.
So there's the KKOB balloon. Ron Curry has the KKOB balloon. There he is, waving at us. Hi there, guys.
Hi, folks.
Ron has flown the KOB balloon for a very long time for us. We're not saying you're old, Ron. You just have flown for a long time. And KOB, of course, was having their 50th birthday party back in 1972.
That's where it all started.
And Sid got together with Tom Rutherford, who worked with KOB, and they started to put this little balloon show together.
Yep.
We had 13 balloons at Coronado Center.
Yep, and I had the great privilege of working with Tommy as my, actually I was his co-announcer for 25 years. We worked together here at Balloon Fiesta, a long-time dear friend. Wish Tommy well. Kim has found another interview, and we talked about special shapes coming up Thursday and Friday. Back in the day, we used to have a system where the spectators could vote for their favorite special shapes, and this particular shape always, year in, year out, was in the top 3. And we're talking, of course, about Arabelle the cow, and so, Kim, it is utterly yours.
Yes, there are a lot of people having a cow out here. All right, that was bad. But we have the pilot of the cow, Dale Ritchie. And Dale, where are you from?
I'm from Golden, British Columbia in Canada.
Oh, my goodness. You're a long way from home.
Yeah.
And how did you get into this gig with the cow?
Well, we've been flying the cow in Albuquerque since 1989. And this is the 3rd iteration of the cow, and I've been flying it here full time since 1999. So,
how big is it? I mean, it just looks gigantic to me.
Standing under it is pretty big, right?
Yeah.
No, it's about 220,000 cubic feet, about 106,000 lifting volume. It's about 120 feet wide and about 100 feet tall.
And you need a pretty big runway to land it, right?
Well, and it weighs 950 pounds, so yeah. Yeah, it's a little hefty. So I got a very good crew as well.
What keeps you coming back to Albuquerque?
Oh, I just love it. Since I started coming full time, my crew, we're working on the 2nd generation of crew now. They used to bring their kids out, and now those kids are crewing for me, and those kids are crewing for me. So it's just been phenomenal, yeah. So I just love coming back. All my old friends, it's like old home week.
It's a real family affair then.
Oh yeah, I've been flying balloons for almost 45 years, and I know a lot of the guys here, so it's kind of nice seeing everybody again.
I see that antsy I have to burn look. So I'll let you go. Thank you, Dale. Have a great evening.
I wasn't listening. Did she pitch back to us?
She did. She did. We got all the great facts going on about Arabelle out there, and that is a great special shape. You can see why it won those contests when we held those.
Absolutely, and I bet Arabelle is kind of similar. One of my few special shape flying experiences some years ago, I got to fly. You may remember when we had the Klondike polar bear out here.
Yes.
I had a chance to fly that balloon out in California, and Arabelle looks the same way, where the feet of the balloon actually touch the ground before the basket does.
They do.
And so I was coming in to land the bear in a little cut hayfield, and I'm flying along, and we're close to the ground, and all of a sudden you hear this, and I thought, oh no, propane, and I'm freaking out in the basket. And then fortunately the other pilot was with me, and he said, no, calm down. He said, that's the feet out there. They're
dragging along
the ground. So the other thing you had to worry about with a polar bear, and I'm sure it's the same with Arabelle, is that when you come into a land, you really had to get a good mental picture of what was in front of you as far as your landing site.
Right.
Because the slightest wind shift could turn the balloon, and suddenly one of those big fat legs,
oh yeah,
and with Arabelle, big hoof, would be in front of you and block your view, and you could no longer see exactly where you were landing. So you really had to be very careful landing a shape like that, but great fun.
Oh, and Arabelle had one other issue too, and that was in the very early days. They actually hung a
crescent moon
below
underneath.
the basket.
That's right, I remember that.
So now you had that, which was even lower than the legs.
Well, and a similar story. I was over at the Forbes balloon event in France. The first year they flew their macaw. Don Cameron was there, and remember the macaw had that long tail that hung well down below the basket. On the first time they landed it there in France, the tail got caught in trees and ripped it. That afternoon, they were in the back garden of the Forbes Chateau with Don Cameron installing a pulley system and a rope that ran down to the tip of the tail. When it came time to land, you rolled the tail up level with the basket so you could land. But that happened on the first landing. They tore the tail, and so they came up with a solution to it.
Well, the good news is you learn from those issues.
That's right.
You fix the problem, solve the problem.
That's it.
Come up with a solution.
As NASA would say, work the problem. Failure is not an option.
There you go. All right, so I'm thinking that that flagging area may be part of our landing zone or the fireworks area. Okay, we have our balloon glow safety officials up here giving us some game plan instructions.
Yeah, doing a little coordination
so that we can pull all this off. But we are just moments away from the official sunset. You can see things are already starting to get nice and dark.
And so what we're discussing and we're planning to do is an all burn right at sunset to mark official sunset. So stand by for that countdown. And we're also going to have an aircraft overhead tonight for the official glow picture, photograph.
So we'll do that.
So we'll do an all burn for that, and that'll be timed. So, so you're going to need to pay attention tonight and have some fun.
And we're probably going to get you, the spectators, involved. So know how to turn the flashlight on your camera on.
If you don't know how to activate your flashlight, start practicing that now.
Practice that now, or at least light the screen up. And we'll ask you to do that throughout the evening as well in different places.
Yeah, a couple of different reasons why. We'll keep that. We'll keep that secret for now, but we'll tell you a little bit later tonight. There's something very special we're going to ask you. We're going to ask you to do with your cell phone lights. So a couple of fun things we'll do tonight. One very special that we hope you'll participate in with us, and we'll fill you in with the details on that when we get there.
In the meantime, as it gets dark, be very careful about where you are walking, because there is a rope or a tie-off line that comes from each of those baskets.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Young man on the crown line there.
There's the crown line.
Not that young man, the other young man.
Oh, the other one? Yeah. So this is the crown line that goes to the top of the balloon, hanging onto there. There is another one that is coming from the basket to the truck. That's the tie-off line. And so we have those, and those are going to be very hard to see as it gets darker. So as you move through the field tonight, do be careful of where you might be. Oh, that's the one right there. There he is.
There he is. See, that young man's on the crown line.
Look at there. He's got his official Moo Crew T-shirt.
Yeah, good for him.
All right. Wave at us.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi there. You're on TV around the world right now, young man.
There you go.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. And the one Albuquerque sign out here. Balloon Fiesta Park, of course, is a city park year-round.
It is, yes.
Balloon Fiesta, which is its own entity, is not we have an agreement with the city to use this field 60 days out of the year.
Right.
Technically, it starts the Tuesday after Labor Day and goes through the last day of October,
okay.
so about 60 days.
Yeah. So we are close to official sunset. So I think there's one of those beautiful fractal balloons.
Printed fractals, like you were talking about cameras.
And that one also was built by Kubitschek Balloons. So that's other balloonists have that technology, but Kubitschek's done some really amazing things with it.
Jonathan Wolf, who flies that one, worked with Kubitschek to kind of help them develop that process.
Right.
And put all that together.
They started out doing the tie-dyed balloons, and now they're working on these
he's moved to the
printed,
to the printed fabric.
So I think we're ready to mark official sunset with our first all burn of the evening. The sun has dipped below the mesa out there, the horizon of the western mesa. So what say we do our first all burn of the evening?
To celebrate sundown, it's an all burn. We're going to count it down. Count with us, please. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all burn!
Yeah, buddy. Awesome sauce. Well done, pilots.
Very good,
Yeah.
very good.
And ladies and gentlemen, when we do these countdowns throughout the evening, you are more than welcome. In fact, we encourage you joining with us because the more noise that we make, the louder we can make those countdowns, the easier it is for the pilots to hear them and be on cue to glow with all of their other balloon pilot friends out here. So again, anytime we're doing countdowns, please just jump right in there with us. This is almost like primal scream therapy because no one cares how loud you get tonight. Just
you can't be louder than the burners.
No, you cannot. So make it loud and proud and have some fun. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
And, of course, grab those fabulous pictures as well. The countdown helps you get ready to capture
those photographs. That's right, yeah. And a reminder for those of you that have cameras that do video, and especially some of the newer smartphones that will do slow-mo video, when we do flicker burns tonight, that's always a great thing to shoot a little slow-mo video of. It really is quite interesting. I've done that a few times the last couple of years up here. So just keep that in mind, and we just really want you to have a great time. Be safe, be careful, and as Art was saying, especially be mindful of those tie-down ropes out there. We always encourage you.
We can see one on the feed there. You can see the
one
blue
right
line
there. See
coming
that blue
off
rope?
the,
yeah, and we encourage you, don't walk between the balloons and their vehicles. Walk around, because that's where that line will be, that tie-down line is running from the basket to the chase vehicle to anchor the balloon. And so you don't want to walk between there, especially smaller folks, younger folks who might be of such a height that they might actually run into that line in the dark. So again, as always, we encourage you to walk around the vehicles, not between them and the baskets, just for your own safety.
Let's get an all burn in here real quick and get another wonderful photo opportunity.
Okay, let's do it.
So an all burn, pilot, all burn. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All burn.
There's
Guilty.
Dale Wong. Well, Dale Wong and Ursa Minor, and right beside was Guilty. Yes, you're right. And we just had a quick view of Cameron Wall, the balloon we were talking about earlier in that shot. There's Guilty with the mustache. The Krispy Kreme balloon, which of course leads our Krispy Kreme glows on the weekends.
And the fractal balloon we were talking about.
The fractal balloon. There is a Celtic knot balloon, and I forget the owners, I'm sorry, over on the far side there. That beautiful balloon with the yellow diamond shape in the green and blue and purple checkered pattern. There's Ken Walter and his balloon with that jagged white band around the center right there. Ken out of the great state of Wisconsin.
And you saw just in the back view there a red, white, and blue balloon. We have a lot of red, white, and blue balloons here.
We do, yeah.
And Kim is in what she's calling the Patriotic area of the field. So let's go down and check in with Kim and our Patriots.
There is so much red, white, and blue around here. Yeah, if anybody needs their fix, they just need to come down to row P, down about halfway in the middle of the field. And I'm with a balloon that actually has a special meaning for me. This balloon is called Sky Chariot. It's the 4th iteration of this balloon, and the 3rd iteration in 1980, or 80, I think, is the balloon I flew when I did my solo flight. And this is a replica of that balloon. This is its first Fiesta, and this is Ryan Gunner and Wally Book, who are the originators.
Yeah, so we've had this in the family for quite a while. My uncle started back in '72 at the first Balloon Fiesta, a little bit before that, and I figured it's might as well just pay a little homage to the family and have it rebuilt.
Yeah, the original Sky Chariot flew in the 72 or 73?
72, I believe, at the Windrock Mall.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Wally, how did you get tied up with this? We've seen you a lot. He's a safety officer, or has been for many years.
Well, actually, Ryan is my nephew by marriage, and also by marriage, Daryl was a cousin. So that's how I wound up getting involved with becoming family, so to speak.
So Fiesta, Can you talk a little bit about Fiesta being a family affair and what that means as far as coming back here every year?
My family's been doing it forever. Like I said, my uncle started in '72. My mom, Sandra McDonald, was one of the first female pilots in New Mexico, and then she married my grandfather, which also owned part Airco earlier in life. And then I'm the fourth generation balloonist in the family, so it's just tradition we got to carry on and keep it alive.
Well, we probably need to get, I think they're itching to do another all burn or flicker burn, but this is family. These folks were my family, part of my ballooning family for a very long time. So we're glad to have this balloon back. I got very emotional watching it fly out the other day. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Hi to Ryan and Wally Book out there for us.
I got to give a quick shout out before we do our next burns to Eduardo Lima, who is watching, one of our viewers. He's watching our Facebook page. He wins the night for the best comment because when we did our all burn, his comment, you have that little flame emoji on the phone.
Six or seven or eight of them there.
There's a whole line of little flames there. And don't wait. When we did the Patriotic area, little American flags. That's his comment, a whole line of American flags. So great job, Eduardo. Nicely done, sir.
So the rest of you can join in online with your flame emojis because we're going to do another all burn. An all burn, ladies and gentlemen, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all burn.
Jill Kramer just copied what Eduardo was doing, so we're seeing a lot of little flames and American flag emojis now in our chat room on Facebook.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
That's a brilliant idea.
It is.
Well done, Eduardo. Travis, you can put more flames on there if you want, but Eduardo still wins. It was his idea originally.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it now. That's
perfect.
Awesome.
All righty. Well, you know what that means? It means we got to get the folks on the field involved now, because we got the folks online doing an all burn. We got the balloons doing an all burn. We need the cell phones to do an all burn with us as well.
Look at that.
That's great.
Now we've got a contest going online to see who can post how many flame emojis.
All right.
You folks are nothing if not creative, I got to tell you.
It makes it really fun to be
It's
here.
fun, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So you want to do your cell phone thingy.
Well, I want the cell phones to just join us
I'm
on
not
this
sure
first
it's dark enough yet to do the cell phone
It'll
thingy.
just
Do
be
you think?
practice.
Well,
It'll be practice.
okay.
Let's just try one. Yeah.
All right.
So practice, right? And all burn. So we want everybody online to put up the flame emoji. We want everybody on the field to turn their cell phones on, and all the balloons to burn.
So the cell phone thing is for all of you down on the field. If you know how to turn on the flashlight, light on your phone.
We got some practicing down there.
Turn that on and then hold it up and wave it, back and forth like you would at a rock concert.
When we get to the zero.
When we get to the countdown, not now. Wait till we do the countdown, and then we'll do it with the balloon glow. So we'll see how that works.
So everybody's going to light up what you got.
Yeah. If you got them, light them.
Light them. All righty. Here it is, an all burn, all glow, all emoji. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Light them up.
All burn.
There's the cell phone. Your idea is working.
All right.
Yep, the emojis are going too. There's lighting up.
All righty, great job.
My phone's almost too hot to handle. There's so many flame emojis on it right now.
A lot of flames and a whole lot of hearts going by.
Yeah, a couple more American flags too. So, the online audience is joining in the show tonight. That's great.
Now it says see more at the end of some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some of them are burning the house down with those emojis.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness. You know what we haven't done yet? We give the balloons a couple of minutes to cool down, but we haven't done a flinkle, which is, our version of flicker or twinkle burn, which we can't decide on.
As long as we don't call it a tinkle.
Yes, we don't want to do any tinkle burning. But and I've never figured that out. I don't know how it happens that it's called a flicker burn here in Albuquerque, and in so many other places around the country where I go, it's referred to as a twinkle burn. So yeah, you know, who knows?
Just one of those that's kind of like Coke or soda or pop.
Pop, yeah.
You know,
well, or Hare and Hounds versus Coyote and Roadrunner. You know,
we have a big one here around the holidays that always come out. There's a tradition to put out bags with sand and candles in them.
Oh, luminarias.
No, some people call them fajaritos.
Oh, really?
Farolitos.
Well, and I know when balloonists do it, some people call them balluminarias.
Yes. So, but you can see that one because it's a balloon. But the others are both the same thing, a little bag with
a little bag with sand and a candle in it. Yeah.
Is it a farolito or is it a luminaria?
Well, I've always heard the term luminaria. I've never heard the other term, so that's new to me.
Yeah. So,
So, yeah.
Usually, I think usually.
Or is it just a bag with a candle in it?
Yeah. It can be that too. It can be that too.
So what do you say? Why don't we do our first flicker burn? I think we could get that
I think
going?
we can do that. So as we already.
We still have time?
We're not too far away from a photo op.
Yeah, we're doing we're going to do an all burn at 7 for the aircraft, but we can get a quick flicker burn in. Pilots?
Great time for your camera to be in video mode.
That's right.
For your phone in video mode.
This is a great time to catch that video as we do a flicker burn in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flicker burn. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack better jump high. Get over those
that candlesticks.
Yeah. What a beautiful evening. Just an absolute Chamber of Commerce evening. This is what Fiesta is meant to be. Now we do have an aircraft flying overhead tonight that is going to capture the official balloon glow photograph, and at 7 p.m. we're waiting on notice from the aircraft. We're going to do a countdown to an all burn, and pilots, when we do that, we'd like you to hold the all burn. Just a good few minutes, or not minutes, but burn the top of your balloons out, will you?
A few minutes.
Yeah, then we can see all the real flames. No, but I mean, we just like you to make it a nice long all burn so that we get a great photograph.
So we'll give you as much time here to get cooled off as we can.
Yeah. And,
so that you can do that a little bit.
Because this one we have to take our cue from the aircraft. This one is not at our leisure as the others are.
And for those who don't really understand what we're talking about, why are you letting the balloons cool off? The fabric of these balloons can really only be at 250 degrees or so at the top. And so putting all this heat in here, it heats that up, especially when we burn for a long time.
Right.
Those 5, 6, 7 burns. Those are longer burns than you would burn while you were in the air flying.
Yes.
And especially some of those in the middle that are kind of packed in. Yeah, we need the time to let the fabric, the air cool down so they're not constantly venting and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, and so that's one of the reasons why we do have a little bit of space or timing in between the glows, the burns, is to allow that fabric, allow the pilots to cool their envelopes down. You can, of course, as you say, you could open the top and vent a lot of that heat out, but then you're venting and heating and venting and heating and venting and heating, and that's
and the fabric still holds on to the heat.
Exactly.
Even if you let the hot air out, it's still holding on to the heat.
It's still a lot of work, really unnecessary.
Look at that shot of the burners.
Yeah. Those are some strong pilot lights.
There are.
You could cook. You could put a pizza plate on top of there and cook with those pilot lights.
Or roast a few marshmallows.
Well, you can do that too.
Yeah, have some s'mores.
Yeah,
that would be good.
We actually did a tailgate one year when I lived out in California, a tailgate party, and my crew chief made some little short uprights for my burners.
Yeah.
And so we took a cookie sheet, and we took the burners off the balloon, set them on these little like tabletop height uprights. Turned the pilot lights on just like that, and made bacon, eggs, and pancakes using a cookie sheet as kind of a griddle, and cooked right there with the balloon burner. So you can do that, yeah.
You know, it's I'm sitting here still in my shirt sleeves.
It
is so nice out.
Yeah, I've got my fleece on just because I know it gets cool sometimes when the sun goes down out here. But I'm in a short sleeve shirt tonight myself.
Yeah, I was thinking I might get through the night without having to get my fleece on.
Well, there you go. But you do
have
a
long
you've
sleeve
got a long
shirt.
sleeve T-shirt underneath.
Yeah, I do.
So. Yeah,
So we understand that Kim is out there. I think we're just moments away from the aircraft flight, so we're kind of holding for. We're not.
Hey.
Oh, we're not. We're not close to the air. Okay, then let's go to Kim.
All right, well, let's go to Kim, and then we've got a guest here on the tower with us this evening, too.
You meet all kinds of wonderful people out here on the Balloon Fiesta field, and we have a family with us who are here from where? Okay, well, where are you from?
Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, California, and you are? Your name?
Everett.
Alexa. Sasha. Emma.
And Emma. And is this the first time you've ever been to Fiesta?
Yeah, it's our first time, and we're celebrating a special moment. It's Sasha's 10th birthday.
Oh, it's Sasha's birthday? Happy birthday to you. What a birthday present. Why did you decide to come to Fiesta?
Actually, it's something my mom knew about and told us about, and we thought it was a perfect opportunity. We're coming in our RV from Rapid City, South Dakota, and so we just decided to come down.
And what is it kind of what you expected, or what do you think?
So much more. I mean, it's just incredible. The glow is just beautiful, and we can't wait to see it at full nighttime. There's really no words to describe it. It's something you got to see in person.
And I'm gonna let Wally burn for a second here. Then I have Sasha and Emma. Do you have a favorite balloon?
I like all of them. I haven't seen the pig, but I want to see it, and I like the RV light.
Okay. I think we have a couple of pigs. Do you have a favorite one?
I think my favorite is the cow.
I like the cow too. Cow's very big, huh? So are you going to be here for a few days, or?
Yeah, we'll be here for a few days.
Get to see a little bit more Fiesta. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can wander around among the balloons. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. And hope you enjoy the rest of Fiesta.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kim. We are just a few seconds away from our official photo shoot glow. We're checking our cue from the balloon, from the aircraft pilot. So pilots, let your balloons cool just a bit, and stand by with us while we're getting, hopefully, our cue from the aircraft. Are we close, Maury? Bear with us here just a moment as we're doing a little organization.
Little aircraft to ground communication we're attempting.
We're trying to coordinate what we're doing here on the ground with an aircraft in the air, and it's all happening live.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Pilots, this is an all burn for the official photo shoot. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile!
Smile! You're all on candid camera.
And looking fabulous.
Smoking. Awesome job, pilots.
Awesome. Very nice.
Very, very good. We'll check with the aircraft.
8x10 glossies available tomorrow. Only $458.
Right. And you bring them to the tower, and we'll sign them for you.
Yeah, there you go.
You can get our autographs if you'd like.
Hey, so now's a good time since we had that nice long all burn. We're going to let those guys cool down a little bit.
So we can talk to our guest?
We can. Let's do it.
All right. Joining us on the rooftop studio this evening, a longtime friend of mine, gave me did some of my very early balloon flying with this gentleman, and proud to say that he is now the new president of the Balloon Federation of America, representing balloonists all across the United States, both hot air and gas. Please say hello and welcome Mr. Pat Cannon. Pat, good evening, sir. Have we got his mic up now?
Talk to us again, Pat.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there we go. We got you now.
Bring him up just a bit. So once again, good evening, sir. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Glenn. I just love to be here. This is a wonderful venue and a great night for this. Just beautiful.
And what a view we have from up here, right? This rooftop studio is a neat place.
My first time in the studio.
Well, there you go. You should come back and be here more often.
You should come more often. Absolutely.
You have a long record of working with the FAA in flight safety. How important is that to our sport of ballooning today?
Oh, it's very, very important to our sport of ballooning. Safety is what we're all about and what we have to be all about. As you know, we've had a couple of things happen recently that have given us a little bit of a little black eye, but we're going to recover from that. We're going to do it very nicely. We're going to build a new safety culture into ballooning, and we're going to go forward with that.
You are the newly elected president of the Balloon Federation of America. Literally sort of just took office this week here at Albuquerque. So what is your message to those balloonists in our audience tonight who are not members of the BFA. Why should they join the national organization?
The BFA is a wonderful group of people, and I'll tell you, we are a voice. The BFA is a voice. We have a voice with the government, and that's very important. The more membership, the bigger our voice, and the bigger our voice, the more we will be able to accomplish in the way of coordination with the FAA and TSB and with our safety program.
And I know you've said to the board of directors earlier this week, and you said during the AGM earlier today, you're going to be in communication with members. If somebody has an issue they want to talk about, they can talk with you personally. They don't have to go through a bunch of intermediaries if they don't want to a local director or whatever. They can pick up the phone and call and talk to you and talk right to the man.
Yeah, my poor wife is standing right over here to the right of me. She's fainting right now, but yes, if they want to look me up in the BFA directory, I'm available to them anytime they'd like to speak.
Now, you've flown here at Fiesta a number of times. I can remember crewing with you one year when we went out, and I think it was one of the competition days, and we had your balloon off the truck and in the air in about 10 minutes. We were pretty quick. What are your memories of flying here at Fiesta?
I have wonderful memories of flying here. There were so many different types of flying that we did, and we once flew right after a rain shower, and I remember seeing the steam coming off the top of the balloons. That may be one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. But my memories are all good of flying here. Not to mention that I did come in second place one year and won the Harley Davidson, and I still have it.
All right.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
I forgot you had won that Harley. Yeah. So, what's your plan for the rest of the week? Are you out here all week, or are you having to leave early?
Unfortunately, I'm not here the rest of the week. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. My wife and I are taking a few days to go north out of here into the mountains, and we'll spend some time there before we go home.
Outstanding. Well, thanks so much for coming up to the studio tonight to chat with us. Congratulations on the election as BFA president, and as the editor of Ballooning Journal, you're now my boss, so I look forward to working with you, and we'll talk about that raise I asked for a little bit later.
We'll talk about that later. And in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful Fiesta, and to everybody out there and all the pilots, be safe. Have a great Fiesta.
Thank you, Pat. Have a great evening, my friend.
Thank you.
And Carol, nice to see you backstage.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate you joining us up here. Good luck in a challenging role that we've got moving forward with ballooning.
Thank you, sir, very much.
Absolutely. Pat's a great guy, and he will take ballooning and the BFA to the next levels.
I'm looking forward to that. I think that's a really good plan, too.
Okay,
so
we are 30 seconds away to doing an all burn. We're
going
to try and get take two
of
the
take two.
Overhead photos. So pilots, let the balloons cool down. And give us just a few seconds of cooling, and then we will get you to do another nice all burn.
Oh, we just got to stand by from the...
We just got to stand by to stand. I used to have a director in television. His favorite saying was stand by to stand by.
So...
Sorry about that. False alarm.
He's ready now.
So, all right, so here we go for an all burn in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Picture time.
Light them up. Smile. As we're doing this photograph, I have one at home in my wall from 1990, my first year that I was here as both the announcer and a pilot. I had my original balloon Yellow Rose, and I was on row A.
Oh, so really easy to spot you.
Yeah, well, and I had a Texas flag parachute top, so it was real easy to see my balloon in the official glow photograph.
Of course.
Pilots, we just got a thumbs up from the aircraft. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good. That's
well
it.
Done.
All righty.
And, yeah, they'll have 8x10s out here available sometime tomorrow.
I think he wants a picture of all the cell phones, too.
Oh. Just the cell phones, or the balloons and the cell phones? Just the cell phones. Maury, you're dismissed.
I know
now.
it is.
You're dismissed. Pulling our legs up here.
We're getting a crowd over here.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. Where is our stage manager? Don't we have somebody controlling access up here tonight? Got too many.
I'm wondering what Scott Appleman's doing up here with the Dos Equis balloon down there.
Too many announcers in the studio tonight.
Hey, we haven't got a good flicker burn. Well, we've done a couple, but we've had
but
all those others.
These all burns for the aircraft.
So we need to get a flicker
burn. Yeah,
we need to get a flicker burn in out there. And again, this is a great time for that slow-mo video. So a flicker twinkle burn, if you would, please. Flicker. A flinkle. No twinkles, just no twinkle.
No tinkling.
No 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I want to see the emojis
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tinkle! Oh, goodness. And it's only day 2. Heaven help us. On second thought, I don't want to see the emojis for tinkling. Pilots, you're doing an awesome job tonight. What a great show. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're enjoying it and having a great time down
with us, you bet.
You know, we're getting a little silly, but we're having a good time, and we hope you're doing the same.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it is.
Good time with a few 10,000 of your favorite friends and neighbors, I guess. Oh, goodness.
Yep.
So coming up a little bit later tonight, we're what, maybe 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes away from the team Skytrax?
Fastrax.
Fastrax. Why do I always call them Skytrax?
I don't know, but you got the rest of the team doing it now,
yeah.
you know?
Well, you know, is it Fastrax or Skytrax? Is it Luminaria or whatever? Or, you know,
it's Fastrax.
It's Fastrax. No,
it's
is Fastrax. And I
it
apologize that I always seem to get the team wrong. I don't know why. But if you've not seen their, no, we're not sure about anything anymore down in the truck. If you've not seen one of their nighttime jumps, you have a great, great, great thrill coming up. Their pyrotechnics nighttime skydive show is really something to see. And I think we're scheduled to jump around 7:30, about 15 minutes from now. And unlike last night where we actually had the balloons deflate, before the skydivers came down, tonight the balloons are going to stay
up while they jump in.
And now is probably a good time to tell people about the cell phone thingy for the jump. Do you think?
Well, yeah, but we could. The idea here is that we're going to get the more. Now that it's dark, we can turn more cell phones on.
Right.
Get better pictures there, and those of you around the perimeter of the jump zone. We want to make sure that you are able to light up the perimeter there.
Right. We have I think, is the area flagged off down there, Maury?
Yes, it is.
It's flagged off, the landing zone for the skydivers?
Yep.
Okay, so what we want to do, as we near where the skydivers start coming down, we'd like for you to get around that perimeter, that flagged off area, and light your cell phone lights and essentially create an illuminated border around the landing zone for them. So,
and of course, we can light up the rest as well.
Well,
too,
yeah, you can light your phone up
yep.
no matter where you are. But those of you around the area where the skydivers will be coming in, we'd like you to turn your cell phone lights on to help light the landing zone for them.
So let's practice that. We'll do a flicker burn, and we're going to have you flicker your camera lights as well. So cell phones and balloons, it's going to be a flicker flicker burn.
Easy for you to say, and me.
Yeah, flicker burn with the cameras, please. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flicker! And look at the cell phones. Good job.
Beautiful night tonight. What an awesome glow. And how much of a difference does the new PA system make now that everyone out there can hear us?
Oh, it's great.
So much better, so much more fun.
This is really a visit Albuquerque type of night.
It really is. You know, we had Henry Rosenbaum, our balloon meister, up early this morning, who was talking about this morning being a Chamber of Commerce morning. Well, it's carried right on into this evening, the Chamber of Commerce night. Hey, while we have this shot on the feed that you can see that big white pylon down there?
I do.
At the far end of that shot. That is an altitude marker for the pilots. Whenever we have competition beginning tomorrow morning and the pilots will be flying into the field, FAA regulations require they be at a minimum of 75 feet over the spectators until they enter the flagged-off scoring zone. And those pylons that you see around the corners of the Balloon Fiesta Park, there's a great shot of one, they are 75 feet tall. So as you're flying by in your balloon, you can look out, and if your basket is below that pylon, you'll know that you are too low and need to gain altitude. So that's the purpose. In case you're just wondering and haven't heard that story before, that's why they're out there. It's one of the many safety measures we have in place to make sure the pilots maintain minimum safe required altitude over the spectator area.
Should we slip another flicker in?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Let's do another flicker burn. Let's do it. Another flicker burn, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flicker!
flicker system for all the lights along Corporate Village here. You can have them blinking off and on. Once again, another awesome job. Yeah.
So while the balloons are cooling off, let's do a cell phone only glow. A cell phone only glow. No balloons, just cell phones. Okay, cell phones, get ready. Here we go. Cell phones only in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cell phones.
All right. Look at that. How awesome.
Way to go. Way to go.
No place but Albuquerque, isn't
the largest cell phone glow in the
cell
country.
phone glow. Another world record we could claim for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. That was awesome. You can see a crowd gathering already. I think that's part of the landing zone area there, maybe? That big open space?
Could
Is that possibly some of the
hard to tell from where that
area?
is, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Somewhere out there in the dark that we can't see, there is a flagged off big open area that is there for the landing zone for the team's Fastrax. I got it right. And that's where we're encouraging that if you'd like to get over in that area as we move time to jump, then we can have you light your cell phones. Row 3, K, L, M, and N. So if you know how our system is laid out here, it's actually rows K, L, M, and N, and then space number 3. Isn't that the way it works? Because it's alphabetically going that way and then numerically coming in.
A is with us. W is at the other end.
Yeah,
1 is over on those.
So it's rows going, if a row goes.
We call them rows
east
1
to
and we
west.
call them rows A, B, and C too.
Yeah, well,
they're
okay.
rows both ways.
Well, anyway, KLMN number 3. That's where you need to be if you want to be near the landing zone for the skydivers. And once again, we're in communication with the aircraft, the jump craft, so we'll be getting an update on that. Before we do, they're doing a radio check. Have we got time to do another?
Yes, you do.
Another quick burn while you're talking to the aircraft.
Yes, you do. Do that, please.
So let's do another flicker burn. Those are fun. Great video. Another flicker burn while we're communicating with teams Fastrax. So pilots, a flicker burn in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flicker burn, flicker burn. Light them up. So here on the rooftop studio at the moment, what we're doing is we have an antenna that we have to manually track the jump plane with in order to get our video signal. And so we're lining up that antenna team right now so that we can see that we've got the jump team on video as we get closer to time for their appearance tonight. Outstanding. Thank you very much. Maury, just passing along to us, congratulations from the pilots and crew for a great job to Balloon Fiesta Live for the glow tonight. Thank you, pilots. We can't, you're the show. We're just here to have fun.
And talk about you.
And be silly. Yeah, and we
and
do
course,
that well.
Yes, we do. And we have a great production team, Windfire Productions,
yeah.
Gary and Steve, and the rest of the crew here as well.
If you're going to give out kudos, this is not Art and Glen who make this happen. We've
No.
got an incredible production team behind us who make all the magic happen, and we're just up here to share a little hot air along with the rest of the pilots and crew. But thank you, pilots. We do appreciate that. It's well appreciated.
We can do another burn here. We did our video check. So
We've done the video check for the aircraft?
The video
Okay.
check is that 10-minute mark.
Okay.
So we still have about 6 minutes before they're going to jump.
Okay.
And
Well,
3 minutes before we start getting some good video from the plane itself.
Okay. Well, we haven't done an all burn in the last few times, so why don't we do an all burn this time?
An all burn?
All burn. And you can, again, if you would like to join with a cell phone, you can do that. So, pilots, let's do an all burn in 10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody line it
Light
up.
them up. Light them up. Someone telling me Skytrax is an airline rating system. Thank you, Philip. I had no idea. I just mixed, I skydive, Fastrax, it all kind of mixes up in my mind. What little bit of gray matter there is still left up there. But Team Fastrax is our skydive team.
All right, what a good job this is. It's been another fabulous night.
It's been a great night.
We are 4 for 4 so far.
Yeah.
4 for 4. Tomorrow morning starts competition.
Yep.
Well, we'll have our non-competitive flyers take their ascension.
They'll launch from the
right
field
here on the
and
field,
fly away, and then we move all the spectators over to the perimeters of the field, flag off a scoring zone, put out targets.
Yep.
We expect probably tomorrow will be the Sid Cutter Memorial, so we'll have the boat on the field as one of those targets. And then about 50% of the pilots that are registered or so that participate in competition, they will fly in. So it makes for an interesting morning, really almost like 2 balloon events in one.
Yes, we've actually kind of started calling it a double ascension.
A double, oh good.
Yeah, because we do one, as you said, from the field and away, then we do another one outside somewhere, and it's kind of like a mass ascension in reverse, because they're all flying to the same point.
Instead of watching them inflate and fly away, they inflate and fly to you.
And I'll be in the scoring area with our live camera tomorrow as well.
That means I'll be up here lonesome tomorrow.
You will.
Oh, lonesome me.
You will. 4 minutes.
So we're getting ready to go with the live feed.
We're picking
and
up
we're
the
4 minutes from the jump. And I think I heard Moyer telling the pilots they're asked to either keep their balloons up for the duration of the skydive or go ahead and deflate, if I heard correctly.
Those around the landing zone.
Around the landing zone.
Around the landing zone,
yeah.
yes.
All right. So while we have another couple of minutes, let's do another all bird. Art is communicating and watching the aircraft. We've got a few seconds here, a few minutes. Let's get another all burn in before we wrap up the evening, tonight's original balloon glow. And pilots will do it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All burn!
There's one of the new Adams balloons on our video feed. Mike Bertetto flying that one. Adams makes balloons here in Albuquerque these days, as well as in Indiana. And he doesn't have to turn the burner on to make that balloon glow. Good to see that out here as well. So we're about 2 minutes away.
Still may have some balloons around the landing area up.
As we continue to monitor the traffic between the ground safety specialist, Sam Deeds, and the team up in the aircraft. So, of course, we are going to keep the balloons up while our fast track team jumps in, but immediately after that, they're going to start packing up. And so it will be dark because the burners won't be on. And then once they get things back on the truck, they're going to have to move the trucks out. They have to refuel these balloons tonight before we can fly in the morning. So as soon as they take the balloon down and pack it up, they'll be leaving the field to get to our propane. So watch out for not only the ropes and things we've been talking about, but you'll have to start watching for trucks again as well. Appreciate your cooperation on that. And when we get our Fast Tracks group coming in, we'll let you know, and we'll do an all burn to get them started, and we'll get one of those great views from the helmet cam. No flag tonight, it's just pyrotechnics, but we do have the live helmet cam. In fact, we're looking inside the plane right now, And we can see the jumpers in their lighted suits, checking their controls and their times. And they'll shortly be moving towards the door. There's about 20 pounds of fireworks on the legs of our jumpers. In fact, there you can see it right there, that big pack that was right on the back of the legs. There's one of those on each leg, about 10 pounds each. And that's going to provide the fireworks show. So they are directly over the south end of the field. You can see the lights of the plane while we watch the live helmet cam directly from the plane. And there's the first jumper. And the second. And here comes the helmet cam.
Is it jumping by itself?
On the head, on the helmet of Dimitri. All right, pilots, let's see if we can do an all burn. An all burn in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all burn. All right. And if you look up, you start to see the pyrotechnics. The first jumper has let his go. Starts to look like a little comet. There, if you haven't found them, they were on the south end of the field.
Look way up in the sky beyond the rooftop studio where the lights are, and you'll see jumper number 1 with his little comet tail behind him.
And you see the little lights. Those are the other jumpers.
Other jumpers just behind. Yep, little twinkling lights. I call those their lighted Santa suits. They look like little Santa Clauses coming into land.
Little neon guys. Yeah.
Little neon guys, yep. All right, they just turned off comet number 1. And he's relighted. There's number 2. And there comes number 3.
And here comes number 4.
Yep, 4 good comets.
Dimitri has our helmet cam.
I was going to say,
spinning around up there.
Those who looked up and waved at Dimitri when we replayed the recorded jump this afternoon, now you can look up and wave at Dimitri in real life. I'm not sure he can see you at this point.
Dimitri Dedic is a Serbian Special Forces veteran from San Diego, California. He has more than 11,500 jumps.
Oh, my gosh. My niece's partner went for her first skydive today. I got a video of it this afternoon. Yeah, they were down in Texas visiting family and just got home to New York and went out today, and she made her first skydive.
Kevin Dubas is a Navy veteran from Dayton, Ohio. He's got 1,100 skydives.
And there goes some of the fireworks.
Mike Dirge is from Cincinnati, Ohio with 1,250 skydives. And Larry Compton from Bowling Green, Kentucky with 8,400 skydives.
Hey, what did you say earlier? You have to have a minimum 1,000 jumps to even be considered for the team?
To even submit an application for the team.
Wow.
Of course, the entire team supported here on the ground this weekend by Sam Deeds, a veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps.
That's awesome.
It is
so cool.
This is one of those, turn around to look up, then I turn back this way to see what they're seeing.
Yeah, to see to see the helmet cam. Yeah, so it's kind of like you can look up to see the jumpers, and then turn around and look at the video wall, and you'll see the helmet cam feed versus our camera feed sometime. Now you can begin to see the chutes. They've turned on their lighted neon Santa suits, as they call them, and you can see those lights now lighting up the parachutes that are above them. They're ram air parachutes. They're flying wings, as it were. Several of the pilots here on the field having to light the field, glowing, giving a little flicker glow there. That's great. Now, is that the jump aircraft that just flew through the picture? I assume that's the only airplane up there right now.
Yeah, there was a helicopter up there, but I think we're just down to the...
No, this was an airplane that just flew through our shot.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
And there it is from up in the air, right in the midst of it.
And you can see all the cell phones on the field.
Yeah, you sure can. Remember, you can light those cell phones up, folks, as the jumpers are approaching. Light up that landing zone for them.
So now would be a good time to get all those cell phones on. Let's turn all the cell phones on. Let's do a quick all burn with the cell phones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all burn.
Look at that.
There it is.
And there's the landing zone. Look at that. You see that big, long rectangle?
Yep, right there at the top. There he is. He's looking in on it. Good job out there.
That's awesome, isn't it?
It is.
See the Santa suit?
There it is. There's a great shot.
There's the roar of the crowd as jumper number 1 comes in and slides into home. Well done. By the way, we mentioned last night, these guys don't do a stand-up walking landing like you'll often see because they have these huge pyrotechnic packs on each leg. See, you can see them now, those big aluminum-looking boxes around the legs.
He has a hard time standing up with them on.
They do, yeah. And so for that reason, they come in and slide as opposed to trying to do a walking stand-up landing.
Team Fastrax and our helmet cam brought to us by Selection.com.
He's safe.
Great job, Fastrax.
Wow, see, look at the size of those leg packs. My goodness. I love those suits. We got to have that. We need a couple of those for up here on the tower.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they come in my size. But
as long as we don't have to put the packs on there as well.
Yeah.
Announce to Team Fastrax. Great job. Great job.
And there, high overhead, is the jump plane with a bit of a wing wobble for you, ladies and gentlemen. Nice low pass.
Get those packs off the legs.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, unstrap from all of that. What a great job. This is always so exciting to see these guys come in.
These guys are such a great addition to Balloon Fiesta. Thank you, guys. See you in the morning. Team Fastrax has been such a great addition to what we do here at Balloon Fiesta in the way of family entertainment. That's great fun for kids of all ages. You bet. Two thumbs up, guys.
You
Two
betcha.
thumbs up. Absolutely spectacular show tonight.
Well, look, there's the lights of the landing.
Yeah, they have their own little. I'm trying to think of what they call those lights at an airport. If Pat Cantor was here, he could tell us.
They've got some acronym for them.
And I can't
automatic glide path lights or something.
Yeah, I can't think of it. It'll come to me about 3 o'clock in the morning, but
don't call me.
Well, we'll be getting up to be here tomorrow morning, so you should be awake.
A little bit after that as well. So again, great job by Team Fastrax. They'll be back Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's right.
With 2 jumps a day. We look forward to having them back and seeing that happen.
And again, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if you want to see their evening jump where they fly that 5,000 square feet of freedom, the giant American flag, that happens at 5 p.m. And you need to be in the park in order to see that live.
Right.
We will be videoing it as we did today, and we'll replay it when we come on the air with Balloon Fiesta Live at 6 p.m. each of those evenings. But if you want to see them jump live, you'll need to be in the park by 5 p.m. on those afternoons.
And that is also the Special Shapes Glodeo nights.
And so you want to be here early for that anyway.
Oh, yeah. And with school out on Thursday and Friday, we get lots of people here on Thursday and Friday.
There'll be traffic,
so
be crowds.
Just come early and enjoy
stay late.
Yeah, plan to stay.
Come early, stay late.
So now the next thing up on our agenda is the Afterglow fireworks.
There's more?
Yes, there is more.
All right.
Now, those fireworks aren't scheduled to go off till 8 o'clock, which is another 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? So, yeah. I know, you're giving me the evil eye here.
I'm just wondering who put the schedule together and
who
do I talk to?
It was not me.
Well, you know,
it was not me.
We had this issue last night where there was this gap between our show, which essentially we've just wrapped with the arrival of the team Fastrax,
right,
and then the start of the fireworks. I actually had a pilot friend call me. I was already driving home for the evening, and she called on my cell and said, "What's wrong with the fireworks?" And I don't know. I'm not even at the balloon park anymore. So, yeah, so 8 o'clock, huh?
Yes. Yep. So I was going to see who's on our feed here, if there's any, because we've kind of ignored the feed a little bit, other than all the flaming emojis we kept getting.
Yes. Well, yes. So do we do a little soft shoe in this routine here, or how does this work now?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. So lots of other conversations going on there. We've kind of talked about all the pieces, and we've reminded you to be careful of the trucks leaving.
Yeah, that's one thing we haven't. Well, maybe you said it.
I said it, yeah.
While
you were
away.
busy doing something else.
Okay, all right. Well, I was backstage. But that's worth reminding people that as these balloons that we're doing the glow tonight are now packing up, and they have to get out to the north end of the field where our propane refueling is, and they get refueled tonight, so they'll be fully fueled and ready to fly tomorrow morning. So there will be vehicles moving along the roadways, and if they're in a launch site kind of midfield, they've got to get out of that launch site and onto the road, and then down that entry road out to the north end where propane is at. So there is vehicular traffic out on the balloon field, so please be careful and be aware of that. And please, if you're walking down the road, as a lot of people want to do, especially since the field is still a little damp in places, that's fine, but be aware there might be a big truck with a balloon behind you, or even one of our golf carts. There are a lot of staff that are shuttling people back and forth and doing various errands with golf carts, and we don't want anyone to get injured, but so just be aware of the vehicles moving around, especially if you're on the roadway areas.
And we would remind all of you that are out here tonight, you got a beautiful show tonight, and thank you for being a part of it. But remember, you can go home and turn Balloon Fiesta Live on demand and watch yourself on TV.
And watch it all over again.
Watch it all over again.
Yeah.
All of our shows for the past 5 years are still online and available for watching.
Can be seen. That's right. If you weren't here for the 2018 or 19 Balloon Fiesta, you can log on and watch the coverage from us here at Balloon Fiesta Live. If you didn't see Balloon Fiesta Siesta last year, where my cat Ranger was one of our co-anchors, you can log on and say hi to Ranger as well.
So we do want to mention that tonight's Balloon Glow was powered by ExxonMobil.
Indeed.
And Tristan has the ExxonMobil balloon still standing up here in the corner of the field.
Well done, Tristan. ExxonMobil, of course, also powering our effort this year at Balloon Fiesta Live, and we thank them for that.
We do. And they've really stepped up and really brought their game to us. We had lots of conversations about our backdrop here and how to make this look really good, not only for Balloon Fiesta and Balloon Fiesta Live, but also for ExxonMobil. Of course, we've put their logo up with ours as well. They've been a great partner to work with, and we look forward to
Bit of a glare from the lights if we can kind of hide.
Well, just point to one of the other ones, because there's plenty of them. See, like there's one here, and there's one back here, and there's
all those little clouds back there are ExxonMobil, and we even have them on our.
They're not on that one.
No, they're not on that one.
They're not on that one.
That's our guest interview site.
Yeah,
but they are on the big one.
They're on the big one, and like I said, they're right there on the screen.
Yeah, right there where the little button is on the screen.
There it is, right there.
Absolutely.
So thanks to those folks for sponsoring all the pieces. They also sponsor hospitality. So they've picked up a number of different sponsorship opportunities here, and we thank them and understand a number of them are here tonight. So welcome. Hope you guys had a great show.
Absolutely. We can't do this event without great sponsorship, and the folks like those at ExxonMobil make it all happen, and we're thrilled to have them be a part of our event at all different kinds of levels.
Right. And it's a good time to talk about that. There are many different levels of sponsorship available here at Balloon Fiesta. You could sponsor a balloon, you can sponsor a group, you can sponsor the entire fiesta, and it could be your company name.
That's right.
Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
In honor of the Roadrunner Coyote, it could be the Acme Balloon Fiesta.
Well, and we have another new sponsor. Acma is a federal government contractor providing services to the federal government, and they are sponsoring our official photographers here this year.
Oh, okay.
And so they were out here last night, and you'll see our official photographers with an official photographer vest now with the ACMA logo on it. So we appreciate their help in getting that out there and showing support for our official photographers.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of continuing, returning, and new sponsors a part of Fiesta this year. I know Oxy is a new sponsor, and they had a little sponsor reception for their people here last evening. And, so it's always good to have new sponsorship coming in, as well as those who've been with us for many years here.
So we should talk a little bit about some of the other things that are available in our merchandise tents. And we were just talking about whether we want to call them up on the website or not. We're just going to talk a little bit about it. Oh, look, there's people on the video wall. Wave to us. Wave to us. Yep. Thank you very much. Did you guys have a good time?
They're actually waving to themselves on the video wall, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're hearing us talk to them.
Well, they are, yes.
So, yeah.
But they're seeing themselves up on the video wall.
There we go.
Yep.
So there's some really great merchandise over in our official merchandise tents.
Okay.
I want to point out a couple of them. First off, the program is there with pictures of all the balloons and great articles and those types of things.
Including an article on Balloon Fiesta Siesta, which we did last year. There was no Fiesta last year.
Right.
But you and I did Balloon Fiesta Live, as it was called Balloon Fiesta Siesta, and there's a great article about what was going on last year with you working in the studio here in town and me working remotely from my home in Louisiana.
1 year ago today.
1 year ago today, we went on the air for the first time with Balloon Fiesta Siesta.
So we're getting a nice shot of some of the other vendors that are down the line.
Main Street Shopping, yeah, that's a place you need to visit before you leave the park this evening.
Yep, before you hit all the fireworks. But a couple of the other things that are in there is the 2022 Balloon Fiesta calendar is already out.
Okay.
Because we're only a couple of months away, if you really think about it.
That's true.
And because 2022 is the 50th anniversary and will be the 50th Balloon Fiesta, we have added 50 minutes of video to that calendar.
That's embedded in the calendar.
It's embedded in the calendar. So when you take your phone out, you point it at the cover page or the January picture or the February picture or any of those months, a video will come to life on your mobile device, and it's 50 minutes worth, including some historical footage that's in there back from the 1972 event.
Awesome.
So I would strongly encourage you to pick up a calendar while you're here, and then, of course, you'll also know when you'll need to be here for the 50th event in October.
Next year, that's right, next October.
We've talked a little bit, and you've mentioned the Hare and Hound and the Roadrunner Coyote events that we have. One balloon goes off and the others follow them. The Roadrunner and Coyote were actually on the first posters for the 1972 event, and they were really only given out to the pilots. There was very few of them actually made. But there was an agreement made with Looney Tunes, with Warner Brothers about those characters, and so we had the agreements to use those. We are bringing those back to help celebrate the 50th anniversary. And so we were going to do a series of 4 leading up to this year. But with the postponement last year and everything being extended, now it's a series of 5. And so the Roadrunner and the Coyote have been on those 4 posters where we are. Number 4 is out this year. And then we'll finish up next year with number 5. Now, last year's poster had the Coyote doing a splash and dash but he was doing it poorly. He got his basket all the way down in the water, and he's now out of the water. It's dripping water. There's fish coming out of it, and actually the Roadrunner is coming in another balloon to give him a towel to kind of dry off. So that was the friendship reach, if you will.
Okay.
This year's poster, the Roadrunner and the Coyote are both in the same balloon.
Which we know never happens because the Roadrunner and Coyote are never together in the same place.
But in our story, they are.
Okay.
Because
All right.
ballooning makes friends.
Okay.
It tells the story of family and friends. We've heard that from the people that Kim interviewed tonight.
Yeah.
And we've and other places as well. So it's coming together. Balloon Fiesta does that, and even the Roadrunner and Coyote, who, as you've said, have never been together in the same place, are actually in the same basket. And in fact, they're coming in on an X for competition. What has happened, though, is a new character has popped up right underneath the X, and it's Bugs Bunny. Bugs, who should have made that left turn at Albuquerque, famous line from his cartoons.
Yep.
He is now in the cartoon, in the poster, and of course the balloon with the Roadrunner and the Coyote is about to either land on the X or drop a marker on his head. The Coyote looks like, I could get, maybe I'm friends with the Roadrunner, maybe I'll have to go after Bugs.
Yeah, maybe I'll have rabbit stew instead.
Yeah, it is just an outstanding series of posters, and I would encourage you to go check them out. You can go look at them at balloonfiestastuff.com. They're available on the field right now and available in our merchandise store, physical store here just south of the park. You can see them online, but we've moved all the merchandise out here, so you can go check them out. But I would encourage you to check out that series and get started on that. And the artist, Daniel Killen, who has told me that we can expect more of the characters to make an appearance next year in the 50th.
Maybe Elmer Fudd or the Tasmanian Devil, or what was the little Martian character's name? Remember him?
Martin the Martian?
I can't.
Marvin
the Martian.
Yeah.
And
Foghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yep.
I say.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a whole lot of those as the family and the reunion aspect of things comes to fruition again in 1950.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you haven't started your collection, you can still do that. And I would encourage you to get excited about those.
Outstanding. I'll have to. I have not collected posters over the years. I have some at home that are still in their tubes that I have not that I've never even displayed because I just don't have the wall space for it. But that sounds like a collection I might need to get hold of.
And you can check out all of our 49 years of programs.
Yep. Now those I have my own collection of programs dating back to my first year here as an announcer, so I do have a good collection of those.
So the programs, the calendars, which didn't start until about 1976, but all of the calendars are up there as well. A whole lot of our pins are online.
I was about to say, you can go online and look at the in the collector's corner and see a lot of the pins, one of which I think you have all of them online now, are the announcer pins.
Right.
That started as my individual pin, was an idea that when I came on board, I started doing my first year, my own announcer pin because I wasn't flying a balloon at that point. And then eventually when Tom Rutherford and I were teamed together as the announcers, they became, we put both our names on there, and we've continued that tradition now with you and I, although we have our own individual announcer pins, and now they are official Balloon Fiesta pins. They used to be just something I did personally, and we've evolved to where the announcer pin is now part of the official Fiesta pin sets.
So that collector's corner has as many of the ones that we can find. I know that we're missing some official pins. We've actually put some unofficial pins on there as well, but we have this whole collector's corner: pins, posters, calendars, and programs. And so you can go back and see the entire history of any of those, and most of those do go back until 1972.
Yeah.
And it's a great way if you're a collector of those or however you might be doing things.
So I'm seeing fireworks down there. Are we shooting early, or what's happening here?
Well, yes, we are definitely early.
Well,
last night we were late. We're making up for it.
Okay. Well, I doubt that people are going to pay a lot of attention to us talking when there's something that exciting going on.
So let me just tell you that in 5 minutes, we're going to, or 7 minutes, we're going to be dropping off the TV channels, the community access channel. So we will stay with our feed, and if you're on channel 28 or on channel 20.2, you'll still be able to see the fireworks. So we will run the close here, but we'll be right back with the fireworks. So that said, we're going to sign off. We'll see you at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Bright and early.
Stay tuned after the close for the fireworks. Those of you watching on channel 27, we'll see you again in the morning. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
been watching Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by ExxonMobil. Always in October and always in Albuquerque. The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is the world's premier ballooning event. Make plans now to join us in person in 2022 for the Big 5-0, the 50th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Thanks for watching Balloon Fiesta Live. This program is a production of AIBF Inc.